All right, we are live and in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where we interview special guests each and every week from different walks of life in the reselling world. Here we'll discuss the highs and lows of reselling and dive into great conversation. We are positive that you're going to hear something that is going to help you become a better reseller. I'm your host, Ray, and I am not joined by my co-host, Dustin. He's MIA. He's hanging around somewhere in a pool with a Modelo in his hand, possibly, maybe a Bud Light. We don't know. If anybody sees Dustin, let us know where he is or what he's up to. But today, guys, we have a very special guest. We have our boy, Armands. Fiya Benda is in the building. Everybody say hello to Fiya Benda. Fiya Benda, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing really good. I mean, I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, Fiya Benda showed up behind the scenes sporting his Jaguars gear. He's got the snapback, the splash design hat, and with the Mark Brunell vintage jersey. Mark Brunell was an underrated quarterback. I gotta say that. Back in the day.
This is the Troy Means jersey.
Oh! I thought it was the number 8. I saw number 8 on the shoulder. Okay. I got you. My bad.
No, you're good. But yeah. I love the Jaguars, man.
Yeah. So are you in Jacksonville, Armand?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the team you grew up with, Jacksonville Jaguars. Or, they've had some rough years. You guys are finally up on the up and up here.
Yeah.
It's as a Titans fan, it's a little we don't say the word Jaguars around here, but today in the podcast we're going to say Jaguars a lot. So Armand, let's get into the podcast. One of the things that I always like to ask people, especially you, the name Fiya Benda. Tell me, how did you come up with that name? Are you like a anime, like Airbender kind of fan, or is it just like I don't where did it come from?
No, I like anime a lot. Like, I've been trying to redo my room, but it's still empty. Everything, it looks like your room kind of, but mine's outside. So
Gotcha.
I'm in an empty room right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I made the name, I was like, yeah, I'm not I can't put resell beside my name because I'm not as good as these other people. I'm like, Fiya Benda. There we go.
Okay. I think it fits. It fits. So Armand, for the people that may not know you, give us a little brief introduction of who you are as a reseller. You were talking a little bit behind the scenes. You're full time, 100%. This is what you do for a living, is reselling. So tell us let us know who you are, how you got into reselling, and we'll just go from there. And we'll start asking you, little questions along the way, and we'll get the conversation up and running.
All right. So my name is Armand. The channel name is Fiya Benda. I come from Jacksonville, Florida. Mostly what I do is vintage clothing, which is all the clothing from the 90s, everything 20 years and older. Sometimes I do modern things I can't even think right now, streetwear, Bape and Echo and Y2K stuff too. But mostly I do clothes, and I will pick up random stuff around then and there. Because at the very beginning I started doing video games, and slowly I shifted into doing clothes, and it was permanently clothes. So basically that's pretty much it.
So, okay. So you sell primarily clothes. We're talking about vintage, 90s, and then a little bit of Y2K. But how did we get in? Armand, let's dive a little bit back. How did you, where did this reselling itch come from? How did it, what, I don't even understand, where, you're doing it full time. You're 20 something years old. Is that something in high school you were going to Sam's Club or Costco and buying cases of chips and flipping them in school, or the reselling thing? Was that always part of your DNA?
Well, okay. So initially it started with, I was working at the Ritz-Carlton, and I was washing dishes, but I hated it a lot. But,
yeah.
I was sitting in my house, and Phoenix Resell, popped up on my screen, and I was I think he was reselling stuff in a pawn shop. And I was what? You can go inside the pawn shop and like buy something and then sell it? I'm like, isn't that their job to do that? So I looked at the video and I seen he was buying video games for cheap and then flipping it online. I was like, oh, like I think I could do that. So I was staying like with my job and I started like flipping the video games in there. And then like what's it called? I started flipping the video games from pawn shops. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, okay, well, you can go to like I started seeing other YouTubers and I was like, oh, you can go outside thrift stores and do this too. So then I went to thrift stores and I was just mostly like trying to find video games and even like random stuff like board games and like dolls and like all the miscellaneous stuff. Like
Yeah.
until I found the actual niche that I actually liked it. But it all started, well, yeah, with Phoenix Resale. Then I think a year into my job, I put my 2 weeks in, and I just like went straight for it. Like, and then I had like four. I lived with four people. I used to live with four people. I had like
Oh.
all mates, so it was a lot more easier then. So I could like flip and then pay the bills and like still try to like get my mind.
Yeah. But
Basically,
now you're living on your own. You got 2 babies.
yeah.
You know, like that's to me, man. Like I have a full-time job and I do reselling on the side. So if you're doing it full time, to me it sounds stressful. Like as a full-time reseller, like what does that look like weekly for you? Like are you sourcing every day? Are you putting stuff up on eBay? Like cuz you got to stay grinding to pay the rent, pay your bills, like all that stuff. Like I can't even imagine what that even looks like.
Yeah, recently when I had to go like extremely hard when my girlfriend, she had went out of work for 3 months after she had the pregnancy.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. I was like, all right, so it's all on me. So I was out there every single day. But I'm fortunate that like I've gained like even on my Instagram, because now I think my eBay is like slacking. Like I'm on Depop a little bit more, but like I could sell stuff on my Instagram a lot more faster, or I could sell stuff locally a lot more faster. So
Oh, okay.
when like or if I'm really out of inventory, I can go like to like all the homies that I know and like just buy from them. And then mostly I do like pop-ups and shows. So like there's
Mm.
here in Jacksonville like vintage pop-ups and they do at least like one or two like every week on the weekend. So I can just go there, sell everything for like cash, then bring everything back. That's where all these like this is a smaller one, but like this is a
Yeah.
you bring like 4 rails with you, a whole bunch of clothes, and I shove it all inside my Prius and I drive to like sometimes even Orlando, Tallahassee, and I do shows.
Wow. Okay. So that makes sense because so you're finding where are you finding so you're starting flipping video games and you're going into finding miscellaneous items. How did you go into like the vintage sportswear, vintage like that realm? Like what got you into that? You said that you finally found a niche that you really enjoy. Did you just like fall into that, or you're like, oh man, like I love this like nostalgic stuff, and then you were just like, this is gonna be my niche going forward?
Yeah, it mostly happened because I went to the flea market and there wasn't any video games that day, and this is like one of my first videos. And I think I found like it was a whole bunch of like Monopoly boards, but beside that, it was a whole lot of like Miami Hurricanes gear that this lady
Oh,
had all over the fence, and like she was doing $3 a piece. It
ooh,
was 20 items, and I was like, I think that'd be a good buy. And then like I had looked into it a little bit more, and I was like, oh, yeah, this actually goes for like money. Like I can like actually do this, but like I started meeting like the more I started picking up, the more I started meeting all the people around the area that did vintage
mm,
clothes.
yeah,
And like I became like mostly the newbie, but like I've learned a lot from like them mostly. Like a lot
yeah,
of my
your peers now, yeah, that's awesome, man. So this is like the vintage sportswear, all that's like your niche, like your super
yeah. Now it's
focus.
like
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. That makes sense though, because you know the shows, the people that go to those shows, they know what the items are worth, and they're going there to buy that stuff.
yeah.
Like on eBay, it could sit there for like months on end, or maybe even years. But you're going there to buy the specialty sportswear stuff, and you're kind of like the middleman, like the broker. You
Mhm.
find it, and then you get the right people to buy it. So, yeah, man, that's awesome. So you talked about your first video. So when did you start making YouTube videos?
Um, I mostly started making YouTube videos. I think it's been like a year and a half now.
Yeah, you're
Like
killing it on there, man. You're killing it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get a little bit more consistent, but I appreciate it.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, I fall into the same trap, or that's a terrible way to say it, but we're resellers first, right? We're not necessarily like content creators or YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we're going to resell before we put up any videos because that's what pays the bills, right?
Yes.
At least right now until like, and then I don't have time. I just don't have time to do as many videos as I would like. So doing this is easy because we're doing videos and I'm having fun and getting to learn from someone that I'm, something that I know a little bit about, but would like to know more is vintage clothing, vintage sportswear clothing. So yeah, but the way that I found you actually, Armand, was that video. The one I guess it's viral of that crazy man like trying to he was like threatening to stab you or beat you up or something like that.
Nah, I think yeah, he thought that we were stealing.
And
he was like, I already heard about you guys. He was like, you guys are the thieves. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then, he was like, I already know who you are. And I was like, I remember in the video, I was like, you know who you sound like? I was going to say, you sound like Stone Cold Steve Austin because it sounded like we were like in WWE or something. I know who I am. I'm Tom. I was like, oh, he's
crazy. Such a crazy. I was like, whoa, this is like intense.
Mm-hmm. But
is that guy still there? Do you go back to that? Was it a garage sale or flea market? I couldn't remember what it was.
No, it was a flea market, and I haven't seen him there since. Like that was my first time seeing him, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. The dude was like,
or not.
he was on something big time. Yeah. If the people listening, check out Armands Channel. His link tree is linked down in the description below. So check him out. Social media, Instagram and YouTube. You got anything else on there? Yeah, I think that's it, right? Any other socials? So, but let's say hi to some people in the chat here, Armand. We got Simply Shenanigans is in the building, and we got our boy, I'm a resell it. What's up, man? Good to see you. Jennifer Hayes, Alan's in here, and then Nicole. How you doing, Nicole? Good to see you. And all right, Armand. So let's get to know you a little better. We'll go ahead and go into our next segment on the show, Skip or Flip. We're going to ask you 10 different items, 5 being reselling related. Excuse me, 5 not being reselling related. I got a burp. And you let us know, in your opinion, if there would be underrated or overrated, okay? But before we get into that, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor of the podcast, and that's none other than the good friends over at My Reseller Genie, a great source to get all your accounting stuff in order for the next tax season. So if you guys have not already tried My Reseller Genie, I would advise you to try it, and then if you use the code NashvilleFlippers in all caps, you're going to receive 15% off your first month. So if you're interested, try My Reseller Genie. Fantastic people, fantastic business. So we have Billsy Bear Memory says that guy at the flea market was a trip. See, it's a viral video for sure. It was crazy. It was crazy. We have Lad. What's up, fellas? He says, good to see you. So, all right, Armand, you ready to play underrated or overrated underrated?
Yes.
All right, let's go. First one up, overrated underrated number 1, flea markets.
I'm gonna say underrated. Mostly underrated.
Underrated?
Yeah.
You guys got a pretty nice flea market there in Jacksonville?
Yeah. We have a really nice one in Jacksonville. I've been around like other flea markets, and I'm pretty sure like mine at Ramona is the best one, like around my area. Like even like in the 3-hour, like I don't know. Distance, like yeah, I'm pretty sure Ramona's the best.
Okay. What kind of prices are we looking at here? Is it just depending on like what the vendor is, or are they pretty like let's say like the hat that you're wearing currently? Like if that was in the flea market, like what would it be? What would be on there?
It'd probably be $1 out there.
No, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Did you pay $1 for that hat?
I think I paid like 72 cents for this hat, but I bought it at the bins. Was different.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you a big Goodwill Bins fan too?
Our Goodwill Bins is pretty terrible. NC Picker came there one time, and then because our Goodwill Bins is nothing like everybody else's Goodwill Bins. Like you guys' like bins are like wide and blue, like, and ours is like so small, like, and it's not like straight clothes. It's more like miscellaneous. Most of the stuff is miscellaneous, and there's probably like 2 bins they bring out of the clothes, so it's like pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
Not even filled.
Man, you need to come up here in Nashville. We have 2 Goodwill Bins, and one of them is just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's one guy that I see there, and he buys vintage blank tees, and then he screen prints like bootleg stuff on it. You know, like a bootleg Gucci or bootleg Versace or whatever. Because there's like this weird rule, like if it's vintage shirt, you can screen print that stuff and not get in trouble. I don't know what the rule is, but that's what he does. So he just finds those like blank, you know, like I don't even know how old they have to be. So let's see here. I'm gonna resell. It says, when you say overpriced, you mean the bins or the flea markets? What I think he might be talking to Lad. I think that's right. He's talking to Lad. Okay. All right. Moving on. What's the best thing that you've ever found at the flea markets, Armand?
The best thing, probably, I think I got it on video. It had to be like clothes wise. It was I went to this flea market and it wasn't even a Ramona flea market because we have we have 3 flea markets down here in Jacksonville, and the other 2 are like pretty much like dry, and mostly everybody goes to Ramona. Like most all the vendors go to Ramona. So I went to the Pecan Park flea market, and there's one guy that had like one NASCAR t-shirt like just hanging up, and I was like, how much is this one? He's like, oh yeah, that one's $10. And I was like, cool. It was just a like Dale Earnhardt one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you have any more? And he was like, oh yeah, I have more. They're just like underneath here. I didn't think anybody was gonna want them. They're like super old. And I was like, yeah, I'll take them out. But then like he pulled them out, and there was like a AOP like Oliver print, like 1990 Superman one, all new with tags, and it was like Charlie Brown, Superman, Batman. It was like a whole bunch of crazy. Mostly it was all Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt, which is great.
Yeah.
And it was all of it was new with tag, and then he was just like, he was like $75. And at that time, I was like, this is when I was still like getting into it too. He said $75, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I could pay that. But then
for all of them?
Yeah, for everything. And I was like, I got.
So you were like second guessing yourself. You're like, I don't know. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
At first, I was like, but it was a lot of t-shirts. So I was like, I get my money back on this. I was like, at least it's like Superman one, because I was like, it was crazy. I wish I could just like sell a picture.
Yeah.
But I ended up selling that one t-shirt alone for $200, and then I got on Whatnot because I didn't know how to price all the t-shirts out. So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna Whatnot this, and like there was like a lot of people. This is when Whatnot like first started, so there was a lot of people inside, and I think I made like $1,500 off all those t-shirts that day.
That's crazy. And you sold all of them on Whatnot?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's insane. Yeah. That's got to be like one of the best finds ever. So
like it was as soon as I ended the like Whatnot live, I was like, I just looked at my girlfriend. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I was crazy stuff for $1,500.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about Whatnot here in a little bit, but let's go number 2, overrated, underrated. Trevor Lawrence.
I knew you were gonna say that. Probably. I'm gonna just say underrated. Yeah.
Underrated.
Yeah, he's still got more to prove.
He's gonna be good. I knew when they drafted him from Clemson, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be over because he's He's a baller. He's a baller.
The day they won against the Chargers, that was when my daughter was born. Like they had came back 1-0, and I was like watching, and I was like holding my daughter, and I was like, why is this happening? It's like they came all the way back, and it was crazy.
Did you name your daughter like something Jacksonville Jaguars related? Like no.
No, I named my daughter.
I don't even know what's the name of the mascot.
I think
is it Duval something or something like that, or
I think it's Jackson.
I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, it's something weird. Jackson DeVille or something. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I knew it was something weird. I knew it was something weird. All right. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is I wish Titans are still looking for a quarterback. We're still ever since Steve McNair, we haven't found a true good quarterback. So, yeah, shout out to Stephen McNair. All right, next one up, overrated, underrated, number 3, yard sales.
Underrated. I don't really go to yard sales like that, but everybody tells me I should. But like, when I do go to yard sales, I feel like I picked the wrong ones. Like, because I'll go on somebody else's story. That's another thing. Like, I follow everybody basically that's in my city that does the same knits because we all follow each other. So like I'm seeing what they're picking up and they're seeing what I'm picking up at the same time. And I'm just like, what? That was a yard sale? Like, that's crazy. So I know like most of the t-shirts, most of the time, like tees are like $1 or like $5 at yard sales. There are certain vendors at our flea market that know about the t-shirts, and blame is kind of to put on me. But they'll charge like maybe like 10, 20, or if it's too high, like sometimes I gotta talk to them and be like, yo, I can't pay this much for that. Like, if you can work with me, but if that's what you want, like, yeah, you could get that. Like, somebody who actually wants it and doesn't want to flip it, yeah, you'll be able to get that price.
Yeah. It's always hit or miss in yard sales too. But our flea markets, our Nashville flea market is garbage. It's so it just doesn't. It's not good. It's all like, like those flea markets are like kind of like yuppity, and like. We have like a lot of realtors go to that one and they're looking for like furniture and like, it's like, it's not like, and all the t-shirt vendors are just like, they're there, like they found it somewhere else and they're trying to get top dollar for the stuff that it's there. It's not like a dude with just like a Mexican dude with just like a bag full of clothes that you're just like digging through and, hopefully getting $1 for it.
Yeah.
So it's weird. So all right, how are your good negotiating skills, Armand? Are you are you paying what they're asking, or do you got like a good like negotiating strategy?
Most of the time I end up getting a good price I can agree with. Like, I feel like there's only rare times on my channel that I actually negotiate. Even I noticed that. Like, other people knows that they're like, you never really like counter offer. You just like buy it.
Just like, all right, bet, let's do it.
Yeah, like if I really need to, then I'll be like, yeah, okay. But most of the time, it's like I stumble on my words anyway. So I'm just like, yo, you think you can like go a little bit lower? Like, and they'll be like, yeah, I guess, man. What are you thinking? And I'm just like, maybe like $10 off. And they're like, yeah, fine. And then like, yeah. Okay, most of the time, sometimes like they get like the wrong idea from like other videos because like there would be this t-shirt that I bought for $20 and I sold it for $120, and they're like, "What? This t-shirt cost the last t-shirt you bought that was a Jaguar t-shirt? You sold it for $120?" And I'm like, "This is a $40 Jaguar t-shirt that you're trying to charge me $40 for."
Yeah. There's just like anything else. There's like, there's just little things that are worth more than others for some reason, I don't even know why. Like, for example, so like a Jaguars t-shirt, right? Like, what makes an expensive Jaguars t-shirt compared to like maybe a cheap Jaguars t-shirt?
Let me see. This, and I know I have more Jaguar stuff around. Yeah. All right, so this will be the original logo. Most of the time, like, this is a splash, so that's always good. But anything with this logo, was it the old 1993 logo? It's the
That's the
band.
the OG, right? The one that got
Yeah,
Jaguar actually.
the car company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is called the band logo. So anything with this one is just like automatically just worth money. Like if I find like a crew neck with this on it, I can sell it for like 80 to 70 immediately, like all the time. Like it's a good day when I find this logo. But usually that's really what it is. It's mostly this is the
The
higher.
logo.
Yeah, like this is real money, like instant sell. But mostly like the Jaguars are like so like up now, I guess. Like it's just so easy to sell Jaguar stuff now. Like as soon as I find it, I know I can sell it like that day.
Yeah. Did they ever make a jersey with that logo, or is it was just like a?
I've never found a jersey with that logo.
I don't think they ever made one. I think they went to the. I guess
great t-shirts, crew necks, hats. They did a lot of merch for it not to be used.
Yeah, that's crazy. Here's the picture. I'm surprised they even have a picture of this. Is what man, this jersey. This is such an ugly jersey. Here we go. If you have, I guess, if anybody ever finds this jersey somehow or another, it's worth some cash. I mean, look at that jersey with with the Jaguar like running from one shoulder to the other. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, they would sell that for like like 200 immediately.
Yeah,
it
ended up being this one, right?
Yeah,
that's their old. I'm drawing a blank. What's the running back? Taylor, right? What was it? Jonathan Taylor?
Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor, that's right. Yeah. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a nice. What's that? What's something like that worth?
60.
60?
Yeah, only because it's like teal. Like it's so weird. like the teal t-shirts, they'll sell like extremely fast, but like now it's like I think like a year ago I could sell like my Jaguar stuff like pretty fast, but like now it's like it just goes like immediately, no matter what it is. Like, people are ready to buy it.
I wish the Titans had that issue. maybe this season. All right, moving on. Number 4, overrated, underrated. Lil Wayne, the rapper. Is Armand a big Lil Wayne guy?
I listen to Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
yeah.
You like his old stuff or his new stuff? His mixtape days or
old stuff? Because my mom listened to a lot of Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne was still is.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say. I want to say overrated because everybody knows him.
Okay. He's got. I mean, I haven't heard him put out any new music here in a little bit. So
I think he's chilling.
Yeah, chilling. What's up, Amanda? Amanda Fireball Flippers in the building. All right, moving on. This is a good one. We'll go in and dive into this. Overrated, underrated, whatnot.
I think it's still underrated because like I even find stuff on whatnot. Like people will sell me like
really
for like cheap on whatnot most of the time. Like they'll just be like, oh yeah, it'll start at like $1 and it may end on like, and it'll be like something like with a band logo on it. And they may end for like 25 and like it'll ship to my house and I'll sell it for 80 immediately. Like so underrated sourcing wise, definitely.
What about selling wise?
Selling wise, I'm gonna stay underrated too because I need to get back on there.
Like, when's the last time you had a show?
It had to be like 7 months ago by now.
Okay.
I think it was a straight hats is what I did. Yeah, I just had a whole bunch of hats I was sitting on. And I was like, I might as well just flush it all out and whatnot. Just get on, and then
get it done with.
Yeah.
So, why is it that you're not doing whatnot now? Is it just because you got busy? You're doing these shows, like you get better profit margins, kind of stuff, or is it just like you got burned out, or?
Mostly, I'll say it's because when I started doing like the real shows. I don't know. I just like the feeling the cast like inside my hand, like right then and there, like and actually like talk to the people like in person and stuff like that. Like I remember when I was doing my my first whatnot with the like NASCAR and stuff like that, and I was like, it was so much like running through my mind at the same time because there were so many people
It's crazy, man.
were like
Yeah.
talking to me like run this, run this, run that, and I'm just like yeah, I got you, and I'm like running around like back and forth, like trying to make sure I got that T-shirt still. Like it's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot. I know that when we do our whatnots and we sell primarily like consumer electronics on ours, like my brother-in-law Dustin, he's like in front of the computer, like putting up the stuff, like hidden start auction or whatever, and I'm just like holding holding the item, talking to the people, looking at the chat. He's doing everything like behind the scenes. So if anybody's ever interested in doing that, I would highly recommend like having another person helping you because
Yeah, my
it could
girlfriend
be
was
like,
helping the entire time.
oh really? It still is. It is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, how many items would you sell like on a regular whatnot show?
Probably like I feel like I've only done like 4. I usually try to get like at least like 60 tees.
Yeah.
Like I'll just like I used to just start them all at $1. But sometimes I see like on other people's because this was at the beginning. So
Mm-hmm.
like now when I look and I see some people running stuff, because it's a lot more different now and there's a lot more sellers. Like I'll see like definitely like I said, like maybe a $50 t-shirt. If they start at $1, it might go for like 15. And now I'm
Ooh.
like like I'm just watching and like
Yeah.
sometimes I do like kind of like feel bad in a way, but like I don't know, it's so complicated. Like
Yeah. We start all of our stuff at $7 because we know usually our cost of goods is like 4 to 5. So like even if we get $7, we're like breaking even and maybe making like 50 cents or $1, like after fees. But it's just the name of the game, right?
yeah,
It's just you just never know. You just never know.
yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
I can like it's like the same thing too. Like since I know like everyone around my city that does it, it's like if I really want to like bulk sell some stuff, I could like in an instant. Like I could just hit up one person or like 2 people, just come over and like cash me out, and then I could just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah,
That's cool that you guys have that. You have that. I guess what would you call that community of vintage?
yeah. The
Would
community.
you ever? And this just popped in my head. Would you ever want to like not make, put up like a brick and mortar vintage shop? Like, is there? I'm sure there's some stuff like that in Jacksonville, right?
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely.
already.
There's like at least like 3, and like sometimes I think I've done it like twice in my YouTube video. I go to one of the shops. It's called Final Lap, and like I'll buy this too because like I even like quick sell stuff on my YouTube. I'll buy some shoes from the flea market. Like if they look like really good, like brand new, and I'll take it right to the shoe store and I'll just like flip it immediately. So I'll pay like $10 or $20 for it, and they'll give me like 130 or like 120, like off
Yeah,
the
that's
like
nice.
making a store. Since I actually like, hang around like a lot of the vintage stores, I don't think I want to deal with that like responsibility.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. Maybe not now. You never know in the future, but it's a lot. It could be a lot. You almost need like a partner, someone that like likes to do all the like behind the scenes stuff, and then it's like you're the ones like I want to just find the stuff and I want to like put it up and make it look cool and just get the people in, and that's what you know what I mean, like something the fun stuff. So
Yeah.
we have somebody that just came in. We have Philip Montgomery is in the building. Good to see you, Philip. Let's see, what did Fireball say? It says I typed that out and never hit the button. Hit the to post it. Oh, I don't know what Fireball's talking about. All right. Next up, Quiche, overrated, underrated, like the egg pie thing, like a good quiche.
I never
You've never had quiche?
no. Um, Underrated?
Underrated? It's pretty good. It's like a good like little breakfast. I guess like a breakfast egg like pastry pie thing.
Yeah, I've never had that.
No, you didn't. You didn't sneak a quiche in when you were working at the Ritz Carlton when you were there.
I've probably seen them and just didn't know what they were called.
Yeah. See, there we go. Lad saying underrated. Good quiche. My wife likes a good quiche. I was asking her, what's a good food, overrated, underrated? She's like, oh, quiche for sure. So This is what they look like, Armand. So next time you see a quiche, next time you're at a fancy like brunch place, it's just like an egg pie.
I've seen that before. Yeah. Like the
Yeah.
smaller circle ones.
Yeah. Yeah. So get down on some quiche. Get down on some quiche. All right. Moving on. Overrated, underrated number 7. This is a good one. I don't know. I don't know if you said you sell on this or not. Depop. Overrated, underrated.
Underrated. Depop is great. I love Depop.
Yeah, you sell on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recently, I started like to post on there like a lot more. That's why I said like I low-key like have abandoned my eBay because it's straight Depop, shows, and my Instagram.
So for the people that may not know what Depop is, Armand, could you give us like a little brief introduction? Like, it's just mainly like it's a good spot for like the stuff that you sell, right? Like vintage clothing, like Y2K, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, mostly like I think it's mostly just for clothes. Mostly, I think Depop is strictly for clothes because I've never seen anybody like post a system on there. But like, yeah, it's mostly for like the vintage Y2K, like even the modern stuff. Some people just sell stuff like completely just out their closet or just like stuff that they personally thought was cute in the thrift store, and it's just like totally just their vibe. Basically, I've seen people even have like themes, so like they'll have like more of like a Halloween-ish theme or like more goth, and like that's all they post is like
Okay.
It's in like emo type vibes, stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's like their store, like for someone that's like shopping for that thing, it's like, okay, like she's gonna have that punk rock vibe. I'm gonna go to her store to find all the punk rock stuff because it's like curated for that.
Follow them and like be able to know like once you follow that person, you'll be able to know like what they're posting. Like so, if they see in my store, like oh, okay, yeah, he has a whole bunch of like Jaguar clothes, or he has a whole bunch of like sports. And then like, yeah, let me follow him just in case he has another like New York Knicks shirt.
Yeah. What would you say the percentage of your sales come from Depop?
I say about like now probably about like 40.
Really?
40%. Yeah. I'd say a good 50% now comes from like
you're like pop-ups and like cash places. And 10% eBay.
Yeah. Like very like 10%.
That's crazy. That's crazy because everybody always says, "Man, you got to get on Depop." You know, that's where the clothing sellers are on Depop, and that's where the people that are looking for that stuff, like you were saying, that's where they're going is on Depop.
Yeah, and it has like a ranking system too, which I also think that's cool. That also keeps me like posting for some reason. Like I'll see like it'll update me next week, and it'll be like, oh, okay, you sold this much, and now you're ranked number like 1,002 in the world of people that sell on Depop. And I'm like, okay,
oh, that's cool.
100.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
102, like
yeah,
crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, Lad is saying he's never even been on Depop. Yeah, so it's like a low. I would say, what would you say? Like mostly Gen Z is shopping on Depop.
Yeah, mostly. I would say that mostly like Gen Z. Yeah, like, it's more like the younger people are all shopping on Depop, and then like I still post stuff on like my eBay, but usually like on Depop it just goes so much more faster for some reason. Like or like some of the higher dollar items will sell on like eBay. Like I'll have like a $300 jacket or something like that, and I'll just put it on eBay. And most of the time it ends up going on eBay before like Depop.
It's funny. That's funny how Depop is like the Gen Z shopping place, and we'll say like millennials is more like Poshmark, and you know what I mean? It's like it's crazy. Yeah. So moving on, here's a good one. Number 8. The movie Across the Spider-Verse. The SpiderMan movie. Are you a big superhero guy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
My girlfriend's way bigger superhero person than me.
Okay. Have you seen the new Spider-Man movie?
No, I want to go see it. Like bad.
It's really good. It's really good.
That's what everybody's been saying. But
yeah.
I don't know. Overrated? Everybody loves it. I mean,
yeah. It's good. It's good, man. I saw it yesterday, and I I want to go back and see it again because I feel like I missed like a ton of stuff. So like I want to go back and watch it again. So maybe in 3D or something like that.
Yeah,
Miles ain't no joke. See.
I haven't seen no bad comments about that movie yet. Like
no, see, the second Spider-Man was amazing. It was so good. It was, like I said, I'll probably go this week and see it again. So, just to go and see it again. All right, here's a good one. Next one up: reselling hype sneakers, overrated, underrated. Has it died? But you're doing something different than a lot of the other sneaker bros are doing. They're trying to go to the store and they're trying to flip it and making like $10.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm not sure. Because I wouldn't do it. But
right,
like I just figured they probably got like a bigger capital than I do, and they just know the right people if they're doing that. Because when I see it, sometimes I'm like, bro, there's no way.
It doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah. But then
it's not what it used to be.
They're driving around like Benz, so I was like Benzes and stuff. I'm like, what do I know?
That is true. That is true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Huh.
Maybe underrated.
Yeah. You ever found some really like hype sneakers like in the flea market? Like what's the?
I think the best sneaker I probably found at the flea market was. Actually, I do because I found a lot of It's weird. Like Jacksonville specifically. There's Jordans all around us, all around the flea market. There's Jordans and like sneakers, but I've been to other flea markets around and I can't find one Jordan, one Nike. It's kind of weird. So
that's weird.
This one for sure. Like this flea market, like recently in my last video, I found the Yeezy like foam runners. I think they're called like, ones with all like the holes in them.
Yeah.
She sold them for $6, and I was like, I think these are real. But I used to like legit app to test out all my shoes when I'm buying them.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being real, and I sold them for like $200 the same day to somebody. But like, so yeah, because there's also one person in my flea market. He does straight shoes, and he buys shoes all the time from there. He leaves with like at least like 13 pairs every single day. He goes to the flea market, so yeah. Nice. Even like the Hokas and the
yeah.
Like that, those are all around the flea market.
Yeah, those Hokas sell good, and those On Clouds are crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
What you said you use the Legit app. For the person that doesn't know what that is, Armand, could you explain that to us? Like this app that you can download.
It's the Legit app is basically an app that you use to verify your sneakers. So, for example, like these Yeezys right here. I also use the Legit app on these. You'll basically just take a picture of the entire shoe. Usually I would use it if I'm paying like $6 for a shoe. Usually I'll just buy the shoe and then I'll figure out later when I get home, and I'll take a picture of it because I'm just like on the go while I'm at the flea market because I got so much competition already there. So I'm just like, Whoop. But like if I'm about to pay like $50-$60 for it, and then I'm like, all right, let me use the Legit app because like I'm not very solid. Like I can think they're real, but there's been some shoes I thought was real. And then the Legit app will tell me like, nah, that's fake. So basically you'll just like take a picture, multiple pictures. You'll take a picture of the inside, and then two people who are like professional authenticators. Mm-hmm. One person gives their vote, and then the second person will give their vote. And then you'll get the feedback back if it is a replica or real.
Wow. And what does that usually cost per check?
$3 for, it'll take 10 minutes. Yeah. $3.
So does it have to do by like time? Like if you need it like instantly, like is it like $10 or is it
like actually no, they just upped the price recently. So now $5 is for 10 minutes, and like if you wanted it within like an hour, like but if you want it right there, yeah, $5 is the highest, and then I think the lowest is like $1, and that'll take like 2 hours maybe. Okay. So the picture is way in the back burner basically.
Yeah. Well, that's nice though. I mean, how can I be a legit checker and make like $5 in like 10 minutes? You know what I mean? Or just like, I feel like that would be like a good gig or something.
Yeah. I feel like it's way better than just like, if you're about to pay for a shoe that you don't know, like sometimes it is kind of awkward, like explaining to somebody like, hey, can I like legit check these before I buy these? Like, and they'll swear to you like, oh no, these are real, like real deal. And then they'll come back and they'll say replica, and you're going to be like,
it's like, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Do you show it to them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because you can be like, they come back like real and be like, hey, they came back fake. Would you take like $4 for them? You know, that would be kind of messed up. But,
I always told them, I'm just like, yeah, these are actually reps, and then they look pretty bummed about it. But like sometimes I'm like, I wonder if they already knew they were reps.
Yeah, for sure. So we have Bible Belt Pickers is in the building. Good to see y'all. Glad that you can stop by. All right, moving on. The last one up here, Armand. Overrated, underrated. Number 10, French Bulldogs. You seem like a cat person, like low key.
Yeah, I like cats.
See, I knew it.
I have a dog, but I like cats more. I have a cat too.
What kind of dog do you have?
He's a mixed breed. He's just a pit bull and something else. I can't even remember. I got him from the Humane Society, during the pandemic. I got both my dog and my cat at the same time.
He's a pandemic puppy?
Yeah. So he's always chilling. The cat's always gone until he wants some food. Then he'll come back.
Isn't that crazy? Cats are just weird, man.
Yeah. The cat's not even here now. Like, he's just gone. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he goes. He's just gone. But French Bulldogs, overrated because they are very expensive. I know the ones with like the small ones with the little pointy ears.
Yeah. They're just like super. I saw this. I came across like a random TikTok video of like a French Bulldog competition. And it was just like a bunch of dudes like screaming at each other, like, I got the best bullies in this whole convention or whatever. And they were like long haired. It was like weird. And they were like just like showing off their dog, and they like get these like trophies and stuff. But yeah, French Bulldogs are something else. French bullies are hilarious, crazy, and a little overrated though. Still love them. And they're expensive. Like you were saying, some of them are like $10,000.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right, Armand. So that concludes our segment of the show, Overrated, Underrated. So we'll get into the next one. This is everyone's favorite, so I hope you're ready. We're going to play a skip or flip, and we're going to show you 3 different items that recently sold on eBay. And if you're, in your opinion, you're going to let me know if you would skip it or pick it up or flip it. And I'm going to show you what it sold for at the end of after you give me your decision, all right? So we have first here. Speaking of t-shirts, we got here this Taylor Swift t-shirt. There's what the front of it looks like. There's the back of it right there. And there is the tag, 100% cotton. It's a size small, made in Mexico. So let me know, everybody in the chat, would you skip or flip this t-shirt? Armand, what are your thoughts here? Are you a big Swiftie? You look like a big Taylor Swift fan.
Not personally, but I would definitely flip that because I know her fan base is like very strong. So like I'm sure that will be bought like immediately. I've never even found a Taylor Swift t-shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
Like of all your t-shirt hunting days, you've never found a Taylor Swift t-shirt. No. So you're saying just because of the fan base, you would just pick it up for that alone?
Yeah, and I'd probably wear it too.
You would wear?
Yeah.
This would be a dope shirt to wear. So what do you think it's selling for though, Armand?
40.
40?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you feel comfortable paying for this?
I'd probably say 20 to max.
20 to the max?
Yeah, because I feel like I can get 40 out of it.
Even if it's a size small?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll take a chance.
You take a chance on it?
Yeah.
With all the Swifties out there. Let's see what the people are saying. Alan is saying flip. Lad is saying it's an easy flip, and Lisa is saying a flip as well. So we have here a nice little Taylor Swift 2010 Fearless t-shirt. In the back, I think that says Kelly Pickler on the back. So, all right. So this Taylor Swift shirt just sold on eBay for $89.99.
Wow.
So what are your thoughts, Armand?
That sounds about right, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I was like, well, she's not that old, so that's like probably like a beginning t-shirt right there. So like, yeah, that's right. Fan base, strong, everything. Yeah.
Okay. Here's a good one. Next one up, skip or flip. And guys, tell me again what you would do. And I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer, but I would just want to give you a bone here, Armand. We have here nice little Jaguar snapback. The person did a great job taking pictures of this one. Logo Athletics on the left side. Oh, it's signed. I didn't even know that. I don't even know. Tony, I don't even know what that says.
I don't either.
Well, Logo Athletics, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. Pro line. Ooh, it does have a little crack on the last two snaps. So I definitely wouldn't be able to wear that one because I always rock the last two snaps. So, but who I can't remember who signed this. But Armand, what are we thinking here?
Flip.
Easy flip.
Yeah.
So for the people that don't know, Armand, the this pattern of these Pro Line hats, could you explain that? You talked about the Splash logo on your hat that you're currently wearing. What about what are we talking about on this one here?
I'm pretty sure this is a diamond cut.
Diamond pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a diamond cut.
Okay.
But
what are all the we have? Shark Tooth, Splash, Diamond.
We got Shark Tooth, double Shark Tooth, Splash, Diamond, Spike. Oh, there's this like Shockwave, the one
Shockwave
that down the middle.
What's the Spike?
Spike is just like that, but it just has the little diamond cuts aren't on the side. Like it's literally just like that. Okay. What's in the middle? That little NFL sign.
Oh, with the two little.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Man, I want a hat like that so bad. So you're definitely flipping this, right? Yeah. All right. So this hat recently sold on eBay for $160, signed by Tony Pucelli, the linebacker.
I was almost around to die. I said 150.
150?
Yeah.
That's a good looking. That is here. Look at this one.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one that you were showing us earlier?
No, it's not the exact same one, but it's the exact same logo.
This one's sick.
Band logo.
Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. That one hasn't sold. So if anybody wants to purchase this, you can be the lucky owner of a vintage Apex Jacksonville Jaguar snapback for $164. So Vlad is saying, I sold a Dolphins one in this pattern and a Splash and others. So they're getting harder to find. I know they recently redid a bunch of them in the Shark Tooth pattern.
People in the vintage community hate
like the newer ones.
Newer ones, like as soon as like, because sometimes even they'll fool me. Like I'll see like on somebody's like table or something like that, and I'm like, and I like go up real quick, and I'm like, oh my god, Reebok.
That's funny. Yeah. So Logo Athletics is what you got to look for, right?
Yeah, Logo Athletic is the only ones that do the Shark Tooth and all the like the other patterns, and then like Apex has like more of like weirder, like it's hard to even explain. Just like that Jaguar hat, it just had like
it's crazy.
Like yeah, that's more like Apex style.
Okay. All right. So last one, we got the last one here, Armand. This one's a crazy one. This one takes me back to my youth. So we have here. You're a big anime fan, so here we go. A nice little Vegeta Dragon Ball Z button up all over print. What are your thoughts on this, Armand?
That is actually pretty fire. I think definitely flip. But I wouldn't know what that would go for. Definitely, I would wear it personally. Yeah, I'll rock that.
Yeah. keep. Lattice saying keep.
I think I have two Dragon Ball Z t-shirts that I personally found that in my collection, but they're pretty expensive. The tees, they at least go for like 80 and up. So I'm happy.
So what do you think?
Like 10.
What do you think this is going for?
70.
70? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like all the people in the chat are saying we're flipping this bad boy. All right. So this Vegeta Dragon Ball Z T button up. Button up. You wearing this to a wedding, Armand? Where we wearing this to?
Probably
The family barbecue. Where are we going with this t-shirt?
Probably just a barbecue.
You know? The anime convention, you know, where we going with this?
Anime conventions, barbecues, maybe to Hawaii.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Hey, that's it.
Date night.
Date night. See, not sure it's vintage. What's up? Date night over 9,000. Oh man, the puns. I like it. All right. So this t-shirt, this button-up shirt, recently sold on eBay for $87.
Yeah, that was close.
So, this is a
crazy.
Well, for Goku versus Gohan, I don't even see Gohan on here, so that's definitely not.
I just see straight Vegeta.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. But anyways, button-up polyester 2001. I remember in my youth days, Armand, going to Hot Topic, and you would just see tons of these Dragon Ball Z, Spider-Man shirts, polyester button-up shirts like this, man. And all the weird kids would wear them, you know. The Jinko jeans kids, but now they're fire.
Yeah, I love Jinkos so much.
Those sell pretty good?
Those sell amazing. Those sell like usually like I found a pair recently, but like I ended up selling it like I said, like it's so great being able to have like a nice Instagram following along with like the YouTube following, but like since I know everybody in the area, like who likes what, like as soon as I pick certain stuff up, like I know who I could sell it to like immediately. So I picked up those Jinkos for $3 at the thrift store, and I sold it for $100 immediately to one of my homies, like because he collects Jinkos.
He's like, yeah, I need those.
Yeah, as soon as I sent it to him, he's like, yeah, where are we meeting?
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I mean, hey, if you find any of these polyester Dragon Ball Z shirts with those Jinko jeans, that's a heavy combo. That's a heavy combo. So, all right, Armand. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty at the end of the podcast. I always like to ask people what kind of goals they have as a reseller, as a person, like personally for business wise. So, I mean, is Armand looking to grow his YouTube? Or are you looking to grow your business as a vintage clothing reseller? Like, what are your plans for the future? You got you just had a baby. I mean,
I don't know. I ask myself this all the time because I don't even know myself. Like I just be going, but like
where are we going? Where are we going? We just be going. Where are we going?
I think mostly as long as I can like whereas YouTube, like gaining a bigger following on YouTube and like maybe gaining more money off of YouTube. But mostly like when I started doing YouTube, it was because nobody else was doing it like in my city. And I was just like, all right, well, it doesn't hurt. Just put on the GoPro and just like try. So like, and then it ended up like in the long run, I guess they ended up like going well. And then I was just like, but I still wasn't consistent even then. So like nothing much has changed. Every single time I try, like I'm gonna do Tuesday and Friday, like every single week. Like I'm dropping 2 videos, but then sometimes I'm just like, I'll have like so much footage. Like I'm always recording, but the fact I'm never like editing is the problem. So, and then like videos are like there'll be some videos that would be from like 2 weeks ago or something like that. That happened. Like I found those Rodman tees, those Nike Rodman tees recently. Ooh. And I sold those immediately, like from the thrift store for $900.
All 3 of them at the same time?
Yeah.
The same person?
Same person. Yeah. And I still haven't put that video out. But and that was a while ago now. I think that was like 3 weeks ago. But I just want to, as long as I can provide for my family and just like keep everything afloat, like I'm cool with how everything is right now. Like, it's nice.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's good. I like to hear that. I like to hear that for sure. So let's say I want to just show the people what you were talking about with these Rodman tees. So there's Armand's Instagram. So these tees, what Nike, right?
Yeah.
And they're all three. You found these all three at the same time?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. That's like slim to none chance of that happening. Because
like, what in the world?
there's
And a good size too. Look, 2 XLs and 1 double XL. Oh,
there's only 4 in that because so basically when they made that merch, around that time they ended up cutting off Rodman because like he was doing some crazy stuff. So Nike ended up like, releasing him basically. So those t-shirts are like very rare. So honestly, I sold mine for 900, and I think mostly like you could probably even get like 4 each for those, like especially in like the condition that I had them. And I was like, all right, highest bid by the end of the night, because like there was multiple people that wanted them all. But like when I told them the price for just one, they all like most people like backed off. I was like, like 300, which is a great deal. Like I was like $300 for like each one, and then people were like, nah. But the like real deal people, like there was a lot of people like following me from, I think the Vintage Awards like post. They had posted it, and they have like a huge following for people that actually buy like grails and stuff like that. So there was between 2 people, and one person said 850 was his highest. Then the other person said I could do 900, and I was like, all right, yeah, let's do 900. And then like immediately that same day, like I sold those tees that I bought for like $17 probably together. 900.
That's crazy. You can tell this has 961 likes.
Yeah,
this post. That's crazy. Yeah, this post is. I saw you post that and I was like, holy crap, he found 3 of them at the same time?
Yeah,
like, that's insane. 4.
One's missing. I think it's like a yellow one.
Like a yellow?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. There's the were these the Jinkos you were talking about?
Yeah. That's what those. Those are the ones.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, guys, follow Armand on Instagram if you ever post anything crazy. Here's the Spider-Man ones too, right?
Yeah.
I think I messaged you about these. No. Oh, yeah, I did.
You did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You sold them though, right?
I ended up my friend, he really wanted them really bad, but I was trying to get like 350 to 400 from him.
Yeah, that's about right.
He traded me all his like Jaguar stuff for like equal value of the shoes. And then I sold him that same exact like hour that he gave me the Jaguar stuff.
Yeah.
It was a win-win.
What'd you pay for the shoes?
100.
For all 3 of them? Or a piece?
100 a piece, I think. I paid 100 for Spider-Man, 100 for the mochas, and then 100 for the gym reds.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's and that was a pawn shop too.
Oh. Do you have good luck at pawn shops?
Sneaker wise, because like I said, like Jacksonville, this is a lot of like sneakers and Jordans like everywhere. If you go to like Goodwills, there's Jordans. If you go to flea markets, pawn shops, it's just like a lot of like sneakers. Like
okay, yeah, okay, all right. Well, guys, if you want to follow Armand and all of his vintage adventures, that sounds nice. Armand, you got to put that video. You got to put that video out with this.
I know.
You got to do it, man. You got to do it because that's going to blow up because that's insane. That could just be the thumbnail. That right there.
Yeah.
Because that's insane. So, all right. So, Armand, thank you so much for coming on. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. Again, guys, if you want to follow Armand and all of his vintage adventures, his link tree is down below. Follow him on YouTube, on Instagram. Follow him on whatnot. He might pop up and do a show every now and then. You just never know. So, anything else for the people, Armand, before we get out of here?
I appreciate you guys for coming. I appreciate you for having me too. It went way smoother. My brain was a lot more intact. Like, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Well, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate everyone listening. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Leave us a review over on Spotify and on Apple. And like always, my name is Ray.
I'm Fiya Benda.
We'll catch you guys on the flip side. See y'all, and God bless.